This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 8th year of talk like you've never heard it before.
Everybody, this is Alex. This is the Ramble. We go until midnight tonight. Here from the East Coast of the United States. See, here we are in New York. If I weren't in New York, could I do this? Okay. Anyway, because here in New York, that's known as sign language. Okay. Anyway, how are you? Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. I took a couple of days off last week. I'll explain that further as we go on. I did do a show Friday night with a few people, with a few friends, and we did it over on Facebook. And what's interesting about that little experiment was we got at least 2.5 to 3 times the audience for that show that we do for this one. So go figure, you know. A ramble is still a ramble, you know, with any other name or whatever. Anyway, but I have been feeling kind of exhausted and tired and at my wit's end. And so I decided to take a couple of days off. And excuse me if I did, and some of you were making plans to call this program, but you probably weren't, because one of those nights was Thursday. And Thursday nights, nobody calls. Okay, I don't even know why I do a show on Thursday night. They used to call, but you know, people take me for granted now, and that's a pain in the ass. But anyway, so it's it's our Wednesday show, and usually when we do our Wednesday show, let me just admit him here. We have a gentleman by the name of Phil Meyer, who becomes part of our cadre, as it were. And hello. Well, I pushed the wrong button. Oh, really? Oh, it's not going? Oh, that's fine. Okay, well, I can do it by, oh, there it is. It just went. Who knows?
All right. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know?
Here today, Guam tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I heard you say that because you took a few days off, are you feeling better or?
No, I've been feeling very exhausted lately, and I don't know why. I haven't been able to figure it out. I've been eliminating medicine, and now I'm beginning to just think it's this positional vertigo, you know. But I just, like, if I'm playing my video games, I get loopy. I get just really thick-headed, and if I even watch a video of somebody else playing those games, I get loopy, and that I think affects your vertigo. I mean, even though you're not moving your head or whatever, it affects your vertigo.
That's a possibility. You know, at the police department, they have driving simulators, and these simulators, you brake and you do things, and it's so realistic.
Driving simulators, that would be a woman, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
that's the old woman driving joke.
Yeah,
excuse me, folks.
So with these driving simulators, people were actually getting motion sickness, and they would give you a band that you could put on your wrist.
Right. They do that for people who go on boats.
Yeah,
and they wear the band, and for some reason they don't get seasick.
Well, I don't get seasick, and even in the strongest seas, I'm comfortable. But on that driving simulator, and it was a while ago that I did it, but I did get an upset stomach. I did get I felt sick, and I actually stopped the test because I didn't feel good. So I'm wondering whether these video games now are so realistic that they can induce the kind of feelings that you're getting.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that it's possible. You know, I think that that's one of the one of the things that's going through me. I don't know. I have no idea. Hell, I might have lymphoma. Maybe that's it. Maybe I got the lymphoma.
You can always hope.
Even though the doctors at the cancer clinic for this sort of thing refused to see me because they said they looked at my workup and I don't have cancer. So they didn't want to see me.
Are you sure they looked at your insurance and they said, we don't want to see him?
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
All right.
No, they sent me over to these people. They said, "Oh, you've got to go see these. What is it? It was a
oncologist.
Oncologist, yeah, but it was a certain kind of oncologist, glandular or whatever. And so they sent all the work over from the emergency room. And they looked at it, and I talked to them the next day, and they said they don't want to see you. They said, go see your doctor. You don't. And then I didn't know what she was trying to tell me, so I called back later, a couple of weeks later, when my doctor said, well, go see this oncologist. And I said, I called you a couple of weeks. She said, yeah, I remember you. I said, and you told me you didn't want to see me. And she said, well, of course, because they sent over all the materials, the heart work, the brain work, the hand, all that stuff. They looked at it and they said, we don't see anything that indicates you have lymphoma, which would be lymphatic cancer. So I just said, okay. So I didn't go to the other one because I figured that would have been redundant. Right?
Yeah, I'm sorry they scared you.
And should I trust a normal, average doctor as a practice, or should I say, hey, Mount Sinai probably knows what they're doing, But now I'm sitting around thinking I have lymphoma. So,
hey, let me ask you this about the couple of days off. Did it make a difference?
No.
No. So maybe you need.
No. Here's why it didn't make a difference. Okay.
All right.
First of all. So I decide on Thursday I'm not going to do a show. So I just say I'm not going to do a show. I'm just going to go. I'm going to lie in the bedroom, play my video games, watch some TV shows I have to catch up on, take it easy, talk to the wife for a change, whatever I might be doing. And so I decide to take the night off at, what is it? 11:30.
Yeah, so just a half hour before you'd normally get on.
I get a message from Jack Bishop. I can't get on to the remote PC, which is the thing you use to get to my computer here. And wait a minute, let me finish.
Yeah.
Would you like me to finish the story, or do you want to interrupt it?
I had an idea.
So, and I said, oh my God, what's the problem? And he says, I can't get the remote PC to work. So I start going through 100 different things with him to try and get it working, and he can't get it working, and he can't figure out what I'm trying to tell him, and it's just, and all of a sudden I'm getting this agita. It's all, and I'm, so the day of rest is no longer a day of rest, all right?
Yeah.
So I told him, just go on the air, do your show, then, send it to me.
Put it in the Dropbox.
Put it in my Dropbox, and I'll do it, and then we'll figure this out tomorrow. But, that's all it took for me to not have any rest. I needed complete rest. Okay? Yeah. But I didn't get it.
Two things. One is, a little play on I've fallen and I can't get up. Can you record Jack saying that, he's having a problem, he can't get into his thing, and make it a PSA?
No.
Are you sure? I mean,
I don't know. But anyway.
The other thing is,
yeah,
I believe through Windows or even maybe through a Mac, you can take over his computer. He can allow you to.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. To begin with, I do go to his computer all the time. Okay, Phil? But I'm using remote PC, the very program he couldn't have hooked up. And if I were to use anything else, he'd have to have that hooked up. He'd have to have a PC program hooked up that I could do it with. Okay? So, no, that was impossible. So I call him the next day and I say, okay, we're just going to download the remote PC program again, put it on your machine, okay? And I'm trying to tell him how to do it. Click on the link I have. I sent him a link so he could go directly to my Dropbox and get the program where I deposited the program.
Sure.
And he goes, Do I right click? Do I left click? What's a link? What do you mean by click on the link? And I'm just, all of a sudden I'm getting the same problem I had the day before, and this is another day of rest for me.
I found the perfect job for you. You know, when you call Apple and you ask them for help, and the people never get upset, and they'll work with you as long as it takes. That personality type is got to be the winning personality type when it comes to computers.
Well, no, but
You're
forget it.
an
Let me finish the story. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So finally, he says, "Oh, I think my son-in-law is. I don't know if a son-in-law is his stepson, whatever, is here, and he knows computers." I said, "Put him on the phone." I put him on the phone. I tell him what to do. We're up and running in a minute and a half.
Now, was it W.C. Fields that said that it's so easy a 5-year-old can do it? Get me a 5-year-old?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is also that Jack said to me, "Well, I'm just too stupid to do this. I don't understand that." And what it is he's so psyched himself out that this computer has power over him and he doesn't have power over it, that he's going to fail every time. And the last couple of nights I've had a problem with him diminishing the playlist. And I mean, it's just one thing after another. I think there was only 2 days and all the time he's been back that I haven't had to deal with something, And I just wanted to rest from all of that, you know?
Well, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't rest. If you do the Monday show, which doesn't give you any agita, most of the people that you like to talk to are on that Monday show. And take a break. Don't do this because you feel that you owe somebody.
Well, what happened was later on that day, usually, the only day that Josh Wheeler calls is during the Josh Wheeler calls
Friday.
Is a Friday show.
Right.
And Kevin, I wrote both he and Kevin to tell them that I wasn't going to be doing a show that night because I'm very close to them, and I just wanted them to know. And I get a note from Kevin, and he goes, "Oh, gee," and I was really planning on coming on tonight. And then I get a thing. Get a thing from Josh. "Oh, this is the only night that I can do it." And then Josh says, "Why don't we do it like we do it on the weekend? The three of us on Facebook."
Did that work?
And
did you feel that the end result of Friday's show was similar to a Saturday with Ben?
Not with Ben.
Because it's Saturday's a non.
I see, with Ben.
Show, so with Ben instead of Alex.
I don't even react to Ben anymore.
I know.
It wasn't the same because, to begin with, Patrick wasn't there. And secondly, we did allow other people on. I allowed this guy from Canada that we know that does the Monday show. He came on. He was in New York, and he was kind of roaming around town with the camera running.
I saw it. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah. It was fun. And it was just a fun show. And after it was all over, after a couple of days, I've got like 3 times the amount of listeners I get on this show on a good day.
Do you think that that's because it was Facebook?
Could be that, at least for starters, Facebook, but I put it also up on YouTube after the fact, and it got pretty much the same numbers I got on Facebook. So,
well, that's good.
So
you may have either discovered something else, the natural Alex.
Just when I wanted to leave, they keep pulling me back in.
You can't go.
No, but I mean it worked out really well. I mean, I did it. It was what I called my guilt trip show because they're guilt tripping me. Oh, we gotta. And it was, it was a good little show. It was fine.
Well, you seem to like that type of interaction. Maybe to take a break, put on some of your shows from earlier years in San Francisco. I don't know if you can play your serious shows, can you?
I can, sure.
Yeah.
Well, listen, they sent me all of them here, so I guess that is their indication that here you can have them to use.
You
them
can
for.
have these.
Well, what are they going to use them for? And they don't even have copies of it anymore because they sent me all the copies.
Well, you could also see whether you didn't know what your ratings were at Sirius because they didn't use ratings.
They never had ratings.
But if you played some of those shows, you could see how many people actually watch it. And
I don't think it would get much.
No?
Many people.
It's all audio, right?
Yeah, it's all audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I'd never heard any of them. I couldn't get up that early, and now I do. But my Sirius is in the car. I guess now you can listen to it on your phone or on a computer.
Yeah, you can listen to it with dildo shoved up your ass. You know.
Yeah.
I think that the greatest waste of money you can spend on broadcasting is a Sirius XM subscription. And here's the reason why. We've got 500 channels. Yeah, but how many of them do you want to listen to?
I listen to 2.
That's it. So you're overpaying. It's like cable.
$5 a month.
I just ended my normal subscription to cable. I took a program where I could get certain channels that I wanted and didn't have to get all the others.
Was that through Verizon or one of the others?
Verizon.
Oh.
Yeah, Verizon. I just said I want the lease package, so you get to pick 5 channels, and then they give you another 100 or so channels, and that's it. And it's cheaper by about $40 than the all-inclusive one. And I also dropped Showtime, which I'm now getting through Paramount Plus, and I dropped Epics because who the hell ever watches Epics? And I got rid of Stars because I've never watched Stars.
Well, I think I'm going to have to sign up for Paramount Plus. Is that the one that Yellowstone is on?
Yeah, no. That's on Yellowstone's on Peacock, but the sequel to Yellowstone, 1896.
There's another sequel that's coming out like 1921
1932.
or something. Yeah. And I didn't watch the first sequel.
But I mean, it was 1886, I think it was called, and it was terrific. That was terrific. I liked it better than Yellowstone.
I'll probably end up watching it soon. It's on Peacock.
Yeah.
Okay. I was watching something tonight that reminded me of a movie that I saw online called The Champion. It was about a guy in Auschwitz that was a boxer. Had you seen that one?
No.
No, it was actually a very good movie. It's called The Champion. And have you gotten a chance to watch Lou or what was some of the other ones I liked? No?
If you like them, I assume they suck.
Well, yeah. Actually, they were pretty good.
I saw a really good documentary today. I'm trying to remember the guy's name now, but it's on Turner Classic Movies, TCM, and it's a documentary, and it's called By Design, and then it's Joe. I think the name is maybe Cott's Story. I don't know, but Joe something story. If you get it, if you get TCM. This TCM app.
I might get it through YouTube TV.
But it was no, you won't get it through YouTube.
Well, they have a bunch of other channels. No.
Oh, you might. No, because that's running in real time. What you want to do is you want to get the TCM app, and then probably say you buy TCM through the YouTube app, and then allow you. But it's in there. It's archived for about a week. As one of their old movies that they ran. And this is a documentary. It was done in 2022. To begin with, when this thing was done, it was like a year ago maybe, and the guy, the subject of it, is 101 years old. And I asked Marjorie, I said, Marjorie, come here, look at this guy. How old is he? She said, I think late 70s. He did not look to be 101.
What was his secret?
And his wife is still alive. Or maybe she died.
16.
Maybe she just died recently. I don't know. But
she was 16 or 21.
But the documentary is about a guy who, when I tell you what he did, You have seen his works all your life.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Did you ever see the poster for Manhattan?
Yeah, yeah.
You know the way he did the word Manhattan? He did the poster for Manhattan.
Wow.
He also did a poster for at least 5 or 6 James Bond movies and created the logo with the double O and then the 7 that morphs into a gun.
Yeah.
That's his. And
Wow.
I mean, all the stuff that he did. West Side Story, you remember the poster for West Side Story?
Yeah. Was it
He
red?
Yep, he did that. I mean, that was his first poster. He did posters all his life. The ABC logo, the ABC News logo.
Wow.
He did the Olympics
Talented graphic artist.
he did the Olympics for ABC, and he did the rings, but in the middle, ABC are hanging in the rings with the other ring. The guy was amazing, and it's just a very inspiring documentary. Not a long one. It's something like about 50 minutes, and he's so unknown. Okay. And as I say, this is a guy that you have seen his work.
What did you say his name was again?
Let me hold on a second. Let me go see this letter I sent to Shecky because sent. Where is it? God, I don't. Where did I put my sent? Oh, all sent. Here we go. No, that's not it. Here, Sheckman. Okay. Okay, his name it's called By Design. It's on TCM. By Design, the Joe Karoff story. Caroff story. It is amazing because he's been with us. He's been with you and me and everybody who's listening to us right now all our lives, And yet he's one of those guys, he never got any royalties,
Yeah.
I mean,
really?
he created that James Bond logo, the 007 with the gun, and he did it on the poster, so they just kept using it.
So they paid him one time?
They paid him one time. But
what did he do to make money? I mean, if he got paid one time for a project,
he did a lot of them.
Lived 101 years.
He did a lot of them, and he wound up having a foundation. He did, that Orion logo, the Orion Pictures logo?
Yeah.
He created that. The guy, they paid him here's $40,000. That was a lot of money when he did that.
Yeah.
So, but he did well. I mean, he was the go-to guy, all right? Did posters he did a lot of United Artists. That's who he worked for a while. Last Tango in Paris, all the Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns.
Oh yeah,
he did all those. It was really
it's an interesting documentary.
Oh yeah, I mean, and Shecky wrote to me back. I said, "You got to see this thing," and he said, "Never heard of him. Who is he?" And I went, "Yeah, and I've got one now over Shecky because he thinks he knows everything about movies, but he never heard of this guy, and neither did I, and neither did anybody who's listening to us right now."
Yeah, I never heard of him. I knew the work, but had never heard of him. It sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
I know you don't like basketball, and neither really do I. But the iconic logo, the NBA logo of a silhouetted basketball player. I forget the guy's name. His first name was Jerry. I forget his last name. He just passed away, and that's a very iconic logo.
Yeah, although most sports have done something like that. I mean, Major League Baseball has something like that with a baseball player.
Is it an actual person that they could identify as the person in the logo, like they could on the NBA logo?
No. But anyway, But
so I'm losing weight, and I had a body composition fat test, which I've done 3 times now.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is they have a trailer, and there's a tank in there that's filled with water that's about 89 degrees.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't drown, you
lost
weight.
you have to get down in the tank face first with weights on your back and blow all the air out of your lungs. And then they see how much water you displace, and they're able to determine what your lean body fat is.
What do they do with your dead carcass when they're through doing this?
Well, that's why they collect for this up front when you sign up for the thing. So they get their money
They
and
get their money in advance.
they just dump you in the homeless area.
Yeah.
But I've lost since I started the Rob Alfano intermittent fasting diet.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the CrossFit exercise about the same amount of time. I've lost 10 pounds of fat.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I also lost a few pounds of muscle, but
however, I can lose if I wanted to tomorrow. I can lose 8 pounds of fat within 2 or 3 days just by going low
that's
carb.
water weight.
No. I mean,
How do you know how much fat you have if you don't do one of these?
I don't know because it doesn't wiggle. I don't know.
All right.
But you remember, I lost 50, 55 pounds.
You lost more than that. You went from what?
No, that's what I lost.
I thought you lost 80 pounds.
And then I put back on about 30, but a lot of that has to do with the prostate operation and medication that I've had to take and so on. But I'm still not, and I've lost my appetite lately.
Yeah.
I've really lost my appetite.
You might have been too gaunt when you were at your lowest weight.
I think my face looks right about now.
Yeah. And
it doesn't look fat. It doesn't look lean. It just looks, But anyway, the fact is that I've just been worried because I sit down a meal and I go, I don't know if I can eat this. And then, of course, I eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
But,
that's what we all do. We're Jewish.
Yeah. But
waste not, want not.
Basically, I'm just doing like low carb and stuff like that.
Yeah. You might be getting tired of the protein. Is that a possibility?
No, I don't know. No, that's not it. That's not it. I read something that said if you have lymphoma, you lose your hunger. But
if you get older, you lose your hunger. I think people that are older eat less.
Yeah, but I had a whole salad tonight, and then for lunch I had a steak. Oddly enough, because we had these steaks that Marjorie has bought, and I haven't been eating, and I got to eat them before they turn green.
Well, what size are you eating? You're eating 3 or 4 ounces, or you're eating 12 or 16?
Oh no, I'm eating about maybe 5, 6 ounces. I would imagine. I don't know. It's a bit big.
Yes, no, that's like 14. The size of your fist is like 5 ounces.
No, I don't. I have to go look at it. I could tell you how much.
But what happens, I found that I was sleeping less, and now I'm actually forcing myself to try and get 7 hours. I can't get it up to 8 yet, but I'm doing everything I can think of to just stay asleep. I bought a thing that it's called a bed jet, and it keeps the bed cooler. It blows air into a special blanket that keeps the ambient temperature air circulating around.
Just smoke a joint and go to sleep. Okay, that's what I do.
I don't want to be cooler. I want to feel cooler.
I have a vape next to the bed. Okay, and in the middle of the night, if I wake up and I feel I'm having trouble getting back to sleep, I'm asleep within 2 minutes.
Alan and I went out on it was Monday or Tuesday.
Well, here, let's let Alan into the into the.
Then he can tell you the story how we got the marijuana guy kicked out of Ruth's Chris.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and hey, Big Al.
There he is.
It's Charlie's camera.
Yep, there's Charlie.
There it is. False.
Yeah.
Not fake.
Not false.
Not false.
Not false. It's funny because it's true. Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, can Alan tell the story about how he got the diners at Ruth's Chris thrown out on, was it Monday or Tuesday that we did that?
I got them thrown out. You got them thrown out.
We were both working on it. What happened was,
a young couple came in and they smelled and reeked of marijuana.
It was awful.
So what's wrong about that?
The waitress came up.
It's not what I wanted to smell when I was trying to eat
What?
$65 steak.
Marijuana is a lovely smelling thing.
This was so pungent.
Yeah,
It was
this
so
skunk.
pungent.
Fine.
So the waitress says to Alan and me, she says, do you smell that? And is it offensive? I said, yeah, it's offensive. I don't like this.
Oh, God, are you a bummer? You're no
So
fun
then
at
the
all.
manager comes over and tells the people to leave and don't come back until they air out. That's how bad.
When you're paying $60 for a steak, I want to be able to taste the steak.
Oh, fuck you! You're stupid to pay $60 for a steak.
We
at
had the
Ruth's
happy
Chris.
hour. What did we pay? $16 or?
But when you found out that my roommate was buying, you went nuts. You bought that, and then you bought tuna, and you had a cocktail, and I mean,
I didn't have a cocktail. I drank iced tea.
Here comes
With
somebody.
something else in
Here
it.
comes somebody who's probably here
Mr. Boddicker.
against his
That's
better
Mr. Boddicker.
against his better judgment. Actually.
Yeah.
Hello, Scott.
Oh, I got to cancel something here.
close your browser.
He's got his
Got your browser going there, and then you got to also show us your picture. You gotta sign
I
on
can't
with.
figure out what I'm doing.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I'll send you a message. It'll say "Ask to start video." See. So there you go. Boom, ba doop, ba boom. Oh, but now you've got the audio going. No, it's still going. Oh, there we go. No, wait, it's a little bit.
Close the browser.
Just kill the browser.
Yeah, after you're signed into Zoom, you don't need to have the.
He's got it fixed, Phil.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good? I'm
Yeah.
good?
It only takes a minute or so. If it were Jack, we'd still be going through this.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, was it skunk weed?
Yes.
Yeah. That
It
shit
smelled like a
nasty.
skunk in the restaurant.
That was nasty
You
shit.
guys are
Oh,
prudes. You guys are
My,
prudes.
my neighbors next door to my house in Plano, they smoked that shit, and I thought, man, there's a skunk dead again. And then the next day, there's another
Can I
skunk dead.
tell you a story? You remember Kathleen, who used to call the program
Yeah.
till
Oh, yeah.
one night for some reason she got mad at us. We used to drive down the road. And, sometimes when you're driving down the road, somebody's run over a skunk and now you're running over the skunk too, and you
Right.
get that smell coming into the car.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know about you. I love skunk smell.
Oh!
Yeah, and so does she. And we used to just both look at each other and say the concomitant phrase, "wood pussy."
What?
it's roadkill.
It's the smell of wood pussy.
Wood pussy?
That's Phil's cologne. What are you talking about?
Wood pussy? Wood.
I don't see the correlation, but
No,
I can
a
imagine
skunk
Kathleen
lives in the
saying-
woods, and we call it, and it kind of looks like a cat,
Mhm.
and so we call it wood pussy.
Oh, thank you for explaining. Now I got it too.
But I'll tell you,
Yeah, we
Pepe Le Pew.
Well,
Pepe Le Pew.
yeah, exactly.
when at the police department, if we were driving down the street and we saw a cat that had been run over, you'd get on the radio and you'd say "flat cat" and then give the address so animal control could go pick them up.
Mhm.
Flat cat.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of wood pussy.
Yeah.
So Phil was talking about early in the show about how he used to get nauseous when he was in a simulator,
Yeah.
a patrol car simulator. The thing is that they never let him in a real car because he
Wait,
couldn't
hold-
pass the simulator.
Hold on a second, Tony. Is that you?
Yeah.
Grab him by the what?
Why don't you turn on your goddamn
I didn't
camera?
I didn't realize.
We never
that.
used to have to do that. It would be on when you sign in, but now all of a sudden it's not.
Yeah, this look of Tony without the camera is much more
Better.
pleasing
All of
because
my
you
things
don't
locked
have
up now.
you don't have the
I
wallpaper.
like it. I like
yeah,
it.
yeah, me
I
too.
like it. You're right, Phil. For one time, Phil is right. I like it.
Hey, no drink.
Oh, he's got a drink. Oh, what happened to the martini you had in the other glass?
There we go.
Okay.
Always.
Oh, shit, there he is.
There I am. The light was off.
I don't know.
You're always off.
Either.
It says show
Light is low.
stop video and I don't know.
Tony needs to turn more light on. I can't see the wallpaper.
Is Scott's microphone loud?
He lives in Queens. They only have candles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
No
the
one
light was in front of my house.
yeah,
Would've
I
gone.
don't have anything here that says enter full screen. Always show meeting controls. Yeah, I
What?
don't know. I don't
It was
get
probably Tony's login. It probably has something checked that says don't turn on the camera.
No,
on-
it's something on this end that may have changed when I updated or something like that, you know. But, Jeff Stein, watch. He'll probably be.
What? Where's Jeff?
Well, Jeff will be here.
There
in a
he is.
second.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a camera problem. So
Oh.
you guys did or something, you know.
I haven't changed anything.
Well, I don't believe you. Okay. No, I do.
I like Jack. I like Jeff's jacket he's got on. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
What?
See that?
Keeps you warm, man.
I understand that the weather by you guys, Connecticut and New York, is it raining or is it very cold?
It's
Very
just
cold.
It's just cold, but our landlord isn't sending up any heat. And there's
Mine
supposed-
either.
500 a month.
They're
You want heat?
They're supposed to do it at 55 degrees in New York
Yeah.
City.
Don't you have fireplaces, Alex?
I have fireplaces, yeah, but you know,
Fire them up.
hey, it's going to cost. Hey, I want them to spend money downstairs sending
Fire
up.
that bitch up, man.
Wait
Come
a
on.
minute. Are those fireplaces safe? Because older fireplaces have creosote and all sorts of stuff.
I don't
on
give
them.
I don't give a damn.
Burn that bitch down.
I was making fires for a long time, and then I stopped. You know, I made one in a couple of years. I still got some wood though, so if I wanted to make it, I
fire it
could.
up.
It's not that cold. You know, I can put on. This.
I'm wondering, is creosol and creosote?
It's
as
creosote. It's creosote. Did he say
Right.
creosol?
Nobody gives a fuck.
Whatever it is, it's no good for you. You know,
Really?
carcinogenic.
Carcinogenic.
Don't smoke it.
Yeah,
Don't
Yeah.
smoke it.
unless you go to Ruth's Chris.
Yeah, I heard you had problems. I was listening.
Yeah,
No
but
problem.
he pot. You know,
No problems, Tony.
these two prudes. You know,
What?
hey, it's legal now, guys. You know, live with it.
Where?
They were probably in their car smoking a joint before they went in to have a steak, saying, "Let's build up a real hunger here." And they were, and the smoke was in the car, and it got into their clothes, and they came in, and they smelled of a skunky smell,
Skunk.
which as I say, whenever Kathleen and I would smell it, we go, "What, pussy?" And then we roll the windows down and go, we love that smell.
What is it in a skunk that makes people's eyes tear and
Doesn't make my eyes tear.
Well,
Cologne.
you're
The
special.
only thing
but-
that makes my eyes tear is pot because of when I find out what the price is.
Huh.
So,
What is
Apparently,
pot
that
called?
skunk smell was used in
I-
perfumes, according to somebody in the chat room.
By the way, we're just getting legal here in New York. I mean, we're legal enough that you're not going to get arrested for it, but pretty soon you're going to be able to go in dispensaries and buy it. And I went and looked at the prices. Somebody sends us stuff from California, these things for my little vape thing.
So
And
how do
I
they
looked at
send
the
that?
price.
Alex?
One of these
Is it legal to send it?
Yeah, sure. Why not? In the old days, if you sent pot, you rolled it, you put it in a baggie, and then you surrounded it with coffee. Okay.
Like he sends
And,
me coffee.
and then you would mail it, and then the smell wouldn't
I probably drink it.
get out there. Okay.
Send me some, man.
Today, you just don't give a good
How
goddamn.
much is it
because
expensive for pot or like
Oh, I'm
Oh,
saying-
yeah. Oh, yeah.
compared to like
a
cigarettes?
cartridge, and I don't know how long it lasts. It lasts me months because I just do a toke of it before I go to sleep or whatever to put me to sleep. It was $45.
Wow.
You know,
that's a lot.
and
Not
I know
bad.
people in California and elsewhere who buy their pot from dealers instead of going to the dispensary. And
They
the
probably get a
question
better
is,
breed.
Tax cheaper.
no, it's cheaper because there isn't any tax. All right,
Yeah.
it's cheaper and it's better.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alan, Why don't you tell
Opposite
everybody
ends of the
what
other.
happens? Can you own a gun if you smoke marijuana? Can you buy a gun if you smoke marijuana?
Really?
Well, there's nothing
Yeah.
against. There's no law against you smoking.
I don't.
Yes.
Where I don't want to own a gun.
I mean, that'd be the same as saying if you drink liquor, can you buy a gun?
Well, they don't stop you from drinking liquor, but in marijuana, if you want to buy a gun, one of the questions on the thing that you have to fill out is do you do drugs? Do you do marijuana?
And sure,
if
I'm
you
gonna-
have a marijuana card, if you have a medicinal marijuana card, that disqualifies you from being able to buy a gun.
Why?
What is medicinal?
Medicinal.
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 Yeah,
I got it.
yeah. Alan's so smart. He's so smart.
Well, you just, they're calling it medicinal.
Medicinal.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
common word. Now, and
Medicinal,
you're always saying Scott's drunk. You sound like you're drunk.
Here's the
It's
thing: in
nuclear.
California, you don't have.
Scott's not drunk.
You don't.
But he
ha-
wants to be.
You don't have to.
I
have-
like to be.
The fact is that you don't have to have a medicinal card anymore to buy pot in California. All you have to do is have the money, and be
Right.
of age.
And it's okay to spend $50 or $60 on an eighth of weed here, right?
Yeah.
I don't smoke weed, so I'd rather spend $50 or $60 on a really good steak.
Well, I've stopped
No.
smoking. I've stopped smoking weed, and not out of any other reason than I just got tired of it. But
Yeah,
I
since
found
last
lately that it's very good to put me to sleep. So I get the kind from California that's for sleep. There are different types of marijuana,
Sure. I've heard of that.
and I get the one that puts you to sleep, and I take one puff of that, and it just
This
helps
guy
me go
sounds
to
like
sleep.
Donald Trump right now. I don't smoke weed anymore, but I do right before I go to bed.
No, Trump never
Trump? Actually,
did
I
drugs.
think he-
He says he
That
hasn't do drugs.
usually puts me to sleep.
That wasn't my point.
There are other things that help put you to sleep. I recently bought.
Well, you're a good
sheets.
example of that.
Yeah,
Phil.
thank you.
Put 'em on.
I bought sheets for the bed, and they're made from bamboo.
Bamboo sheets.
Right, they're wonderful.
Really?
Bamboo.
Bamboo. Not only
Yeah,
do
that
they
again.
help you
That
sleep
again.
and they're
Every
cooler.
Every week, Phil.
Not that again.
Yeah.
Every
You
week
got a-
you tell us
You got
about.
a commission on this shit? What?
Yeah, well-
All I can think of is that they're bamboo sheets. Can I roll some pot in them?
Well, that's why I brought it up because you were talking about
bamboo carpet? What?
grass, and bamboo is grass or a grass.
it?
Yeah,
Is it?
it's not wood; it's a grass.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is
Sure.
it? I thought it was a
yeah, I'm
tree.
sure.
No, it isn't.
What?
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
What is it?
Hemp.
It's hemp.
Hemp. It
No,
is
no,
not
hemp.
Bamboo is not hemp.
No, bamboo is a grass, just like you got grass on your lawn. Bamboo is a type of grass.
Okay.
It's not
I gotta
marijuana
look
grass.
But
that up.
if it were
I
hemp,
do that.
hemp,
All right. I gotta look that
then it'd be a different story.
Yeah, it's not hemp; it's bamboo.
Well, give me some hemp sheets. And then when I run
No,
out
they-
of pot, I can
Yeah,
start
they
smoking my
smoke
bed
them.
sheets. What?
You know, they make a lot of stuff out of hemp.
Really?
I don't know about sheets, but there's a lot of things that
Rope.
are made from hemp.
Rope. They make hemp out of rope.
Oh, yeah, rope. Yeah,
Yeah.
and but there's other stuff.
I thought you found some hemp underwear that you've been wearing lately.
No, it's not hemp underwear. I wear Tommy Johns.
I hate to have
They're the
to.
best.
I hate to have to smoke his shorts.
Oh, no
Really?
kidding.
You don't want to smoke Phil's underwear.
Yeah, but you don't want to smoke the sheets either. But you get a good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I,
Yeah.
Sheets? No, no.
Yeah.
Bosses,
Well,
The key
anyway.
is sleeping cool.
Jeff just went to go take a toke.
Yeah.
He's one toke over the line.
Maybe he went off to steal a car.
Hmm?
Went to steal a yellow car. What?
Well, you know the story about him when
I
he
do.
was a kid. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stole the car. So
Right.
we talked to him about that every now and then.
Jeff Stein? Yeah, he was a thief.
Yeah.
What is that?
What is that?
Marijuana. Comes
No.
in 2 flavors.
It's something
It's chocolate, right?
dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Is that chocolate
Oh,
marijuana?
I got to tell you a story.
Yeah.
Marjorie gets a thing of chocolate, marijuana chocolate, hemp chocolate, right, from our friends in California.
Mm-hmm.
So she decides, okay, well, I want to get, oh, good, I'll try some of the chocolate. She eats one whole bar. You're only supposed to eat one square.
Yeah.
She was high for 2 straight days.
Oh my.
Lucky that she didn't have to go to the hospital.
And the
You know, you
bathroom
could've
smelled
been
like
treated.
Ruth Chris. But anyway, I think you guys are prudes. I really do.
Well,
Yeah.
no, and the guy, what did his
How big
T-shirt
is-
say, Alan?
What's that?
The guy's T-shirt. He had a
Oh, it said Trump for president.
no. It said marijuana or something like
It
that.
had a marijuana leaf. I don't know what it said. He
Yeah.
was normal,
He probably worked for Normal.
probably.
Well, now we can just see everybody's coming on.
Oh, that's the
Okay.
Jerry logo on the.
That's
did
it.
you-
That's the
Yeah.
logo you were talking
Oh,
about.
there you go.
that guy just
It's
passed
Jerry,
away.
Jerry West. It's Jerry
Jerry
West.
West. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Jerry West died?
Yeah, a
Don't you
couple
listen?
weeks ago.
No.
Wow.
No.
Yeah. So that logo, it's iconic, and that was Jerry West.
So iconic, you didn't know who it was.
No, he knew who it was.
Hey.
Well, I'm not into basketball. I'm not into sports, so it wouldn't matter. I have a friend that has to tell me what
He's
season it is.
alive still, Jerry West.
Well, Jerry West wasn't very old, was he?
He's alive still.
No.
He's gonna be old.
He's 84. I just Googled him.
Oh,
84?
He didn't pass
that's
away.
old.
No
That would've
way.
been good
Wait
news.
a minute. I remember Jerry West playing, and I ain't 84.
Well,
He was born in 38.
Oh, here comes Kevin. Wow.
Jerry
All
West.
right,
Jerry
Phil
West.
brings them in.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
No, I can't handle all hour of Phil. That's why I call in later.
Well, Phil's been good tonight, but only because we haven't talked about politics at all.
No.
and we probably won't because it gives you agita, and I don't want to do that. I'm your
Hey,
friend. Why would I
by
wanna
the
do
way,
that?
that's one of the Carmel ketos.
Yeah, it's the new one, butter pecan.
Butter pecan. I'm going to order
What's the
those because it's the
THC
only ones
level
they're
in it,
selling
Brian?
now. They don't sell the other ones there,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to get that and see how is it? Is it good?
They're okay. I like the other one's chocolate. The other one's chocolate is sort of, I don't know,
Okay.
How many
like
of those do you eat in a sitting, Brian?
5 or 10 because Alex says are good for me.
Yeah.
Well, they're only 2 carbs per bar.
really.
Yeah. Yeah.
But how many calories?
Who cares?
I don't think that many. Yeah.
No?
It doesn't matter.
He likes
Carbs
his
is,
ice
if you
cream.
go straight carbs, you don't have to worry about calories. It's when you overdo the carbs and then you overdo the calories, and usually they work together anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, Alan.
So, since we aren't talking about politics, did you see that the Trump organization, through his lawyers today, is offering the Justice Department to go back and search Mar-a-Lago again?
Do it.
I mean, he's had 2 months to sanitize it.
I'll be back.
Yeah, you're right. It has had time to sanitize it.
Of course, they're going to find nothing, and he's going to say, "See, I told you I had nothing."
Go
Now,
check up on his coffin.
The Justice Department is not as stupid as you, Trump. They're not going to go
You
in.
need to look in Melania's garment bag.
Yeah.
Oh, they moved him to New York while he's in Mar-a-Lago.
Well, he
Yeah,
had to do
yeah,
it. He
I
had to
can
do
go
it.
raid his historical
He had to do a deposition today.
Did he actually
In the
show
case,
up?
in the case of this woman who's suing him, who she said he raped
Did he do it?
at Bonwit Tellers, I think, maybe some store like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
in a dressing room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
God, that would
Did
be
he
enough
show
to
up?
make
Did he
anybody
do
throw up.
it, Alex?
What?
Did he show up? Did he do it?
Well, yeah, I think he did it. Yeah, yeah. He's been fighting it. He's been-
Bit. 5th, right?
No, but he's been fighting it all these years, and finally the judge said, "No more fighting. Come in for the deposition." It's he had to come in for a deposition, and of course,
Something about DNA on the
I'm
dress.
sure he didn't plead the 5th because, as he said, anybody who pleads the 5th must be guilty. So,
Oh yeah. No,
I'll do it
440
anyway.
times, right? 440 times.
450 times, I think.
50
Yeah.
was it 50?
Yeah.
They
Was
need
that
to check
Hillary?
They need to check the ex-wife's coffin. That's in his golf course.
Oh yeah, that's where it is.
Actually, his
You know,
ex-wife
when-
is in his
I had
in
a
his golf
pee, but
bag.
when you were talking about sanitizing at Mar-a-Lago, I kept thinking that all the toilet seats now have a piece of paper around it that says "sanitized for your protection."
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah, but anyway, so he's quite a few. He's lost quite a few things lately. You know, the judge. This is a great line. The judge, who was hearing about the special master. This might have even been the special master. I don't know. I don't think so, but it was a judge in the case, and they were going, and the Trump people were trying to prove something or another, and finally the judge said, "Let me just say this to you: where's the beef?"
Oh, between Wendy's buns.
That was the master, yeah.
Was the master? Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
judge master.
yeah. Even the what do they call him?
Ex-judge or whatever. He was a retired judge.
Special master or whatever.
Because he wants to
Yeah.
see the classified documents
Where's the beef?
that
Where's
they're
the
not
beef?
showing him.
Where's the
How
beef?
old is this guy? That's what I don't know. How old?
Well,
He's
I don't
over
know.
70. He's got to be
Yeah, he's
old.
pretty old. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's almost as old as Jerry West.
Jerry West retired in 1974. God, it doesn't seem like that long
I
ago.
know.
No, it doesn't, especially to me because I didn't follow basketball. So,
He was 84.
Yeah,
so
he's
he
84
so
years
he was
old.
he
God,
was the
how old?
logo on the NBA. Thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Jerry West.
Well, how do we know it's Jerry West? It's a shadow.
It's Jerry West. Believe me, I know.
That's an iconic shot of him.
Yes, it is. It is very.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway,
You notice that Brian's only eating the chocolate. He's not eating the ice cream.
There's a way of eating ice cream things like that. It's similar to what you do with Oreo cookies. You split the cookie, you take off the white stuff,
Oh, you should
and
do
then
that.
you eat the cookie.
And you throw away the chocolate, right? You racist?
I don't throw away
but,
anything.
no, but here's the thing. I know the reason he's doing that
What's
is
that?
because this
on.
is a keto bar, and the chocolate doesn't stick as well to the ice cream. Am I right?
Ah,
And it could fall everywhere, so you kind of bite it off first, and then you eat the center part.
That's why you leave the paper on the bottom, so the paper can, the wrapper.
I eat
can-
mine over the sink.
Is that really ice cream, or is it
yeah.
some sort of imitation?
Well, it's keto. What is it? Do you know, Brian?
If he knew, he wouldn't
What
eat
is
it.
it?
It's good. That's all.
Made
You
with bamboo.
It's really
Yeah.
it's really good.
Hey,
It's bamboo.
It's really good. In fact, you're making me Jones for one. I should go. Then I'd have to eat it over my wastebasket here.
I've got some ice cream.
me
Yeah,
too.
go mix it up. Put it in your
Ice cream and martinis. What a wonderful mix.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
For Scott, anything goes with liquor.
Yeah.
I was muted all that time.
Oh, Scott's
Okay.
got.
Ah.
You know,
Can't
I
open
like
it,
the-
no.
I like the creamsicles. Are the
Yeah,
creamsicle
me too.
Giants colors? You know, the
Danny,
San Francisco
fudge
Giants?
ball.
This says ingredients are cream, water, chocolate coating. I don't know what that is. Unsweetened chocolate, coconut, and then it starts going into the weird words.
It's a fudge bar. Bah.
Fudge is
The
good.
preservatives are probably made by your company, Brian.
Well, they probably test them.
My other company that I worked for before this one, we tested fat content and wine content.
Oh, well, you should take Phil with you. The fat content part.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I had my body composition thing done. And
You mentioned that already.
I know how much. Yes,
you
well,
mentioned that.
every 15
Do you want to
minutes, the
mention
audience changes.
Ruth's Chris again?
Glenn Ruth Chris.
Yeah, there was one other thing he mentions all the time. What is that, Alan? He mentioned it tonight.
That Trump didn't do anything wrong?
No. Although I'll tell you, the funniest rejoinder I've heard in a long time was Herschel Walker at the debate. Did anybody see the debate?
Yes.
He had
No.
with the Warnock. Warnock, what's his name?
Warnock.
Raphael Warnock.
And when finally Warnock mentions, and you're not a cop either, and Herschel Walker was ready for this, and he pulls out a badge, and he says, "What is this?" And the host of the show, the moderator, said, "Did you hear about all the things you can and can't do,
rules
for the debate?"
Yeah,
And he
we
said,
admonished
"Are you
you
aware?
about-
Are you aware of them?" And he said yes. He says, "Then you know you can't use any props." And he said, "This isn't a prop. This is a badge."
Well, it's reasonable that he can answer an attack from his opponent.
That was an honorary badge.
It was an honorary badge. He got it.
And the Sheriff's Association in this country said it's given to people to put on display case, not to carry. It gives you no police officer power.
His was given to him by the FBI.
No, it wasn't.
No way.
No, it was
Yeah.
given
When he
to
was
no.
honorably
It was
in
given.
jail?
It was given to him as an honorary by a local police department or sheriff's
So this
department.
means I'm a cop?
Yeah. Go. You can go look it up, Phil.
We're gonna start
You're going to
calling you
find out where
officers,
you can look it
Kevin.
up all you want, Phil. You're going to be
This means I'm
wrong.
a cop?
Yep.
Yeah.
This means I'm a
Like
cop?
Elvis, just like Elvis, right? Elvis had it bad.
Yeah.
Gee, I don't have a badge around here now.
I'll send you one. This will make you a U.S. Marshal. It's a
Ah.
tool.
Woo! Send me
That
one.
means I'm a cop.
I
Yeah.
got a sticker.
Yeah, but his didn't even say police on it. It looked like something he stole from a
It
kid's
looked
cowboy
like a toy
outfit.
Like this.
Yeah.
It's like a toy like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Thanks.
But no, he's a piece of work. He really is.
Except for that badge isn't real anymore either. It's stolen property from the
Yeah, well,
Richmond police.
Not stolen. That one was mine.
his,
Which goes back to the fact that it's a prop.
he's 7 points behind, so it doesn't look good for him. The other big races, what's happening in Arizona is very, very weird. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got some real pieces of work going there.
All of them.
Yeah. I mean, to the point where, I mean, look, you can deny a lot of things, but the fact is, Biden won. Okay.
No, he didn't.
Mm.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, right.
He didn't win. It was stolen, man. It was stolen.
Hey, listen, I downloaded a movie today. I got to watch. This woman turned out a movie about that the whole what was his name? The guy who got strangled by the cops.
Floyd.
Yeah, the whole George Floyd thing
Oh, Floyd.
Yeah.
George Floyd.
was a phony.
Yeah. it was-
That-
Oh yeah, that's another.
Yeah, and now
Crisis
Kanye West saw this film, and now he's saying that it was a phony. What she claims is, and all this could be disputed just by the evidence, that when they got him out of his car, they arrested him out of his car. He saw them coming for his car. That he swallowed a whole bunch of fentanyl.
Oh,
Yeah, just downed a whole bunch of fentanyl. And that when they had him on the ground, what he died of was a fentanyl overdose.
Oh, yeah.
That's what
So
they're
it's-
claiming.
His
I
knee
saw-
obstructing his breathing had nothing to do with it.
Now,
I saw an
well, wait a minute, let me
early-
finish. Let me finish, Phil. The fact of the matter is, I am sure that when they did an autopsy, they looked for drugs.
They did.
Yeah, and they found some, but it wasn't anything lethal.
I saw some excerpts from a coroner's report early on that said that he had drugs in his body, and I don't remember the drug because it just wasn't that important at the time. but
Aspirin?
I think he might have swallowed drugs prior to the police contact.
Aspirin.
And he's done it before.
Well, whatever it was, an autopsy said that isn't what killed him.
So
Even if he had drugs in his body, it doesn't warrant him to be.
But the autopsy says that he died of a heart attack while he was pinned down to the ground, saying he couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
This is before they choked him.
But don't tell, excuse me, not Kanye, I'm being disrespectful. Yay.
Yee.
No, yay.
No.
Why eat?
No, it's a yay. It's yay.
It's pronounced yay because it was Kanye, so he just dropped the con.
Yeah.
Yay?
He is a
Did he
con.
really
He
drop
should
the
have kept the
con?
con. It would have been more
Not the
accurate.
con, he said yay.
This is good.
And he saw that film and he's now saying, you know, he died of an overdose. He didn't die from the cops.
Alex, you always say that if I'm wrong, that I never say that I'm wrong. Well, I looked it up, and it was a sheriff's badge from a sheriff in Georgia.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Alex,
everybody.
you were right. I was wrong.
Everybody have a drink, folks. Phil was wrong. Yeah, see? I told you.
See?
You didn't even have to waste your time doing that.
I had heard that it was a FBI badge, but that and so that's what I believe.
Well, that's what happens when you listen to Fox.
Well, I don't know that I heard it from Fox. I don't know exactly where I heard it from, but because I listened
So
to.
Phil, this is as real as the badge you have.
Yeah, but you bought that one. This
It
one
doesn't matter.
This one was.
That's an LA
assigned to me.
badge, isn't it?
That's an
Now you're a
LAPD.
real cop and you're a fake cop? What?
Yeah.
That's the one that was on Dragnet.
Well, no, it's a
That
different
say
number.
714.
No, a different number, but
No,
that,
it says 10106. It's a lieutenant's badge.
yeah. But what I'm saying is that essentially that was like the badge that was on Dragnet at the
Yeah,
beginning.
that number was 714, which was a
Right.
very famous number. Do you think that's where they came up with Aurora 714?
Who knows?
Huh?
Who knows?
That's the number of home runs Babe Ruth hit.
That's right. That's where they came up with it.
It was an homage to Babe
And
Ruth.
and everybody on the cast got a free Babe Ruth bar.
Okay. All right. Anyway, where are
You're
we?
better off just saying Trump things.
Yeah, but anyway, hello, Kevin. How are you?
Kevin.
How was your
Good, how are
marching?
you?
How was your marching band stuff on Saturday?
Oh, I did it every day the last 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
I'm wasted.
Is it all over now?
Oh no, it goes on till January.
He videotapes these bands doing in their varying incarnations, whether they're a marching band or they're a orchestra
That's not
or
all I
whatever.
do.
Yeah, and he videotapes them, and then he
And what is
Videos.
he going to do with these videotapes?
what?
What is he
Post
going
them.
to do with these videos?
They're on YouTube.
But
I mainly videotape them for the director so they can critique them in class.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but
That's mainly what
it's
I
on
do.
YouTube and it's under Kevin Stopper, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So look him up. It's great.
it's all competitive stuff.
Okay.
There is a girl, I don't know, I'm trying to remember what her name is now, that I've been watching on YouTube. She's a violinist. Have you seen her? Her name is
Bill
that-
Meyer.
No.
Is she naked?
No, I'm trying to see if I have it here at all.
A
No,
naked violinist.
I guess not. But I don't have her name
Down here.
here.
Dasha Heifetz?
No, but she's a Russian girl, and
Yeah.
she's like is a street musician, and she's out there playing the violin and dancing, and she's adorable, just adorable.
I like the hot violinist.
What?
There's a bunch of videos about the
That-
hot violinist.
That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Russian girl.
I like it.
Do you know what I'm talking about,
I
Scott?
didn't know she was
I've seen the
Russian.
Russians, but I've seen these other gals. The violinists, it's just amazing. Yes.
I mean, that's better. She's better than women with guns.
Yep.
You know,
Oh yeah.
because you can go on to YouTube and find women shooting guns in bikinis.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you? I have not seen that.
Oh,
Where's that at?
You don't get the feeds? They are recommend them to me.
Do you remember when I was
Naked
doing
women are you bikini
when I was doing the TV
gun
show?
people?
When I was doing the TV show, okay,
That was
the
one of your
TV
segments.
version of this, I used to run them all the time because they were hot.
Yeah.
Gun shooting bikini.
There was
people?
also,
Yeah.
was that Dana Loesch? Dana Loesch from.
He should be shot. Yeah.
No, no.
But they also, you used to run some things where people would have misfires, where they'd shoot their hat off, or
Oh yeah.
they get knocked over on the ground, and
No,
one good
why
eye,
is it
right?
I'm
One good
talking
eye.
about one thing and you're talking about another?
But you
I'm
used to
talking
play
about
that one
women,
too.
very attractive, busty women in bikinis shooting heavy devices like, you know,
And their clothes would shake
AK-47.
up and down from the recoil.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen it, right?
Charlie, you've been cheating on me. Where are these places? I gotta know.
they're on the
I gotta
World
know.
Wide Web.
They're on YouTube. They're on YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, and
Bikini women shooting big guns.
I'll find one night and we'll play it here. Just
With
Oh.
big guns shooting
There
guns.
is everything on YouTube. There is
Yep.
everything on YouTube, and I don't know all this stuff.
anything you want to find out about is on YouTube.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
for instance, I have positional vertigo. I was told by my doctor,
Okay.
and that I should go get therapy for it. And he gave me a place to go for therapy. However, there's
Yeah.
the only thing they're going to teach me is a thing called the Epley maneuver. So I went online and I said cures for vertigo, and they said the Epley procedure does it. And you lie in bed and you do this, you do that. And I've learned. I was able to find out how to do that by going on YouTube. Anything you want to find out about is on YouTube.
Scott, we were on the show one night about a year ago, and somebody sent me a picture of how to put a condom on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
we don't want to see that. No.
Oh yeah, and the kid, it was like a 25-year-old kid, and he's got
On YouTube, they have this guy with a
Yeah.
hard-on putting on a condom.
It's education.
And they let that, they monetize that?
It's educational.
I have no idea. It was educational. I didn't look to see if that's on. I know how to use
There are not
it.
many.
You looked, Alan. I know
He's
you
got
looked.
a continuous
You look.
loop of it playing all day long.
No, but
You
no,
had
they're-
it on
The
a
one
loop.
of Phil has
A
got a
loop.
penis about this big hard.
Oh yeah.
How would you know?
I saw it
Alan
under
was
your
looking-
name.
He was looking for a big hard penis. Would you? Come on, admit it. Admit it, Alan. Come on.
Admit what?
Admit you were looking for a big hard penis.
Well, I wouldn't be at your place, that's for sure, if I was.
Well, I got a little tiny one. You won't want to come here.
Everybody's got a tiny one, but they don't admit to it.
I'll admit to it. I got a tiny one. I don't care.
And
Well,
the older you get, the shorter it gets.
Well, it just doesn't perform as well.
By the way, there's lots of videos that show women shaving their pubic hair too.
Oh,
Yeah.
where? Charlie,
Oh.
you're cheating on me. Where
What
are
about the
those?
pimple? What about the people getting pimples removed?
now you know what's going to happen
Off
with
their
this
ass.
discussion.
Pimples?
You know what
Yeah.
they'll do on YouTube? They'll demonetize me for talking about them.
No,
See,
you're
if
promoting YouTube.
But
This is
they actually have women.
instructional.
Wait a minute, do they actually have women defoliating their
Shaving? Yeah.
pubes? Really?
Yes, yes, they do. Yes.
Oh, yeah, they
I've
do.
watched many of the videos.
Oh, Charlie, you cheater.
Boy, you are loud tonight, Scott. You must have really had some drinks in you.
I told them when he first
I need
turned
a
on the
drink.
show, he's loud. Turn your volume down, Scott.
You know, you even if you think about something, all of a sudden you start seeing the videos on YouTube, or you start seeing commercials for it on your iPhone.
Oh,
You know,
women shaving their pussies.
I think it listens to what you're talking about.
Hey, don't do all your drinking now, Scott. You still got Jack's show to do.
No. The most.
That's why he's drinking. Yeah, that's why he's drinking.
Yeah. So, the other thing that's happening here in New York, we were talking about pot stores opening up, and they're going to have they should be starting to open around the end of the year. And the people who got the first licenses were people who had been convicted of and sent to prison for marijuana selling. They're going to get the first licenses to run these stores.
But they have the experience.
So somebody that does 3 or 4 murders, if they make the weapon that he used for the murder legal in New York, they'll give him the licenses?
No, they get to sell them.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the thing. What they're putting out there now, and they're taking the bids for, is they want to put a casino in Times Square.
Oh.
Yes.
And I'm against that.
I would.
I'm just like I'm against all these go online and gamble your ass off sites. Because there are families who are going to have all kinds of problems with their spouses. Now that they can do it from home, they can lose the entire family fortune at home. At least before, you had to go to a casino somewhere and you had to get on a plane and go to Vegas. But now you can do it right in your own home. In New Jersey, I could lose $10,000 before the show was over. I mean, I think it's terrible. And I think it's terrible if they want to open up a casino in Times Square.
Well, aren't many American Indian groups pro opening these things? Because I guess they get
no, they're not, because this is
they're against the online because it takes away from their land
and
physical ones.
And the ones they're going to put in Times Square, they're talking to existing casino owners about opening them. So we're not talking about Native Americans, huh?
There goes the neighborhood.
Well, I just don't like the idea.
I don't like it either.
I mean, if they want to gamble, let them go upstate, go to one of the Indian casinos or whatever. At least you've got to go out of your way. Here, you just go downtown. You go in and just lose all my money.
We have 2 in Connecticut, but they're very hard to get to.
Really?
I don't want to.
What do you mean they're hard to get to?
Well, they're, compared to New York, it's like at the end of Connecticut. It's practically in Rhode Island.
Oh.
That's when he gets sun, right? I think you have up there.
Yeah.
That state is
Zero in Texas.
My dad told me that gambling is for suckers because you don't win. You might win one time, but you end up giving it all back to them.
Well,
so I really stayed out of gambling casinos.
Usually, a confirmed gambler. Really, the problem is, I don't gamble because I don't like to lose money.
Exactly.
I feel bad about losing money. A true gambler is not gambling to win. They're gambling for the thrill of gambling. And so win or lose, they're getting a thrill off of that. But most of the time, you play continually, you're going to lose.
The house always wins.
I was like,
in the end, the house wins. If you know when to walk away. I've walked away with $5,000, but I didn't continue to put money back in that slot machine. Okay.
Want to hear something funny? When I went with my brother to Vegas when he worked for Verizon, he was able to take somebody, so he took me out there. I don't gamble, so he had conventions to go to or meetings. He says, "Here's $100, play a little bit." So I was just sitting there like playing Keno and stuff like that. I got bored after a while, so I went shopping then, and because I was watching these people gamble. It's like, how can, even though they have the money, it's like they're just throwing thousands of dollars down. It's like, and it's just all around like that.
Well, I mean, but that's the problem. If you play long enough, you're going to lose. Yeah. So you have to know when to play and when to stop. And at one point, I put about $10 worth of coins into a slot machine, and I made like $6,000. It poured out $6,000. So what I did is I took $5,000 of it, put it in my pocket, And then I took the other 1,000 and I went into the really high stakes slot machines, the ones where it's each time you put in a coin, it's a $10 coin. And I walked away with another $2,000. So I just said, that's it. You know, for all the times I've been here and lost and everything, I finally broke even, you know.
I think I was 19 and I was probably making, I don't know, a couple $100 a week back then. And I went into the Hyatt in North Shore Lake Tahoe, and I won 500, but then I lost 1,500, and it was such a bad feeling. You know, I've never wanted to have that feeling again.
The thrill of losing has to be as great as the thrill of winning.
Well, it wasn't for me.
And then in that case, you're an inveterate gambler. If
But
you can't
Phil,
you
lost
lose, you won't become a gambler.
Phil,
What?
you lost all that money, but you told me that you stole 4,000 Sweet and Low.
Of course, I lost all that money because then afterwards I spent it on hookers. But that's another story altogether.
Nice.
Nice, Scott. Nice, Scott.
Nice.
Actually, I only had something to do with a hooker once.
Yeah.
And I went to a friend of mine wanted to go to the, what do you call it? Not
Chicken Ranch.
The chicken ranch in outside of
I heard
Reno.
this story before.
Yeah.
Bunny Ranch. It's a bunny ranch.
No, the Bunny Ranch was owned by a friend of mine. I used to go there all the time, and he said, anybody in the house you want, I have to pay them 50%, so all you have to pay is 50%. And I never, ever took him up on the offer. But I'm sitting there. My friend's gone off at the chicken ranch or whatever. And I thought, I'm bored. I should do something. I've never done this before, so I figure how much it's going to cost? $100. Okay, all right.
That's not bad.
So, well, this was back in the 20s. Anyway, so I go to this room with this woman, and I just got no thrill out of it at all, because my thrill is seduction. You seduce a woman, she wants to be with you, you have sex, will you, won't you, all that game that's played. And in this case, it was like very, matter of fact. Here, give me the money, I'll blow you. Okay.
MasterCard. Which one do you take?
$50, I'll blow
What did you say?
What would have ruined it is when you went to get dressed and opened the door, there was a nude picture of Phil on the door.
Oh my God.
I wish it had been
The
on.
hooker had an Adam's apple. Hey,
Wait a minute.
Bump into him. What
Yeah.
is he doing?
Well, what, Phil?
your friend Hoff that owned the Mustang Ranch, I guess it was?
No. Oh, the Mustang Ranch is where I went, by the way, not the chicken.
Now,
it was the
there's
Mustang
a
Ranch.
woman. There's a young woman on Fox News, a commentator, who goes to different locations, and her name is Andrea Hoff. You don't know if she's any relation.
I
to,
doubt it. I doubt it. Not at all. But the thing is that
your friend won an election.
no,
while
but
he was dead.
Mustang Ranch. That was where I was. I
the most
don't know why I
famous.
said the Chicken Ranch. Somebody here said the Chicken Ranch, and I did go to a place called the Chicken Ranch once to do a
That's where Scott
documentary.
hung out.
To do
That
a
was for
documentary. Yeah,
say
and it was called that. It was in I can't remember where it was in Nevada, very out of the way town. And the reason they named it that is they had turned a chicken coop farm into a whorehouse.
I heard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was a Mustang Ranch that I went to. Yeah.
A Mustang Ranch. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
don't
that's the
remember
only
guy's
time I've
first
ever-
name. You had him on the show, and I actually asked him a question or two. He's a very nice guy. He ran for state senator, was it, or state
Something like that.
in Nevada, and he passed away, and he actually won the election.
Go on, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only reason why you want to go to the Chicken Ranch, Scott, is because you like being able to hold it while you have sex with it.
What?
Sorry.
Boy, you're I've got to teach you about telling jokes.
That's fine.
Because
Alan's
but
got
that
no
actually was not an unfunny joke. It was just unfunny the way you performed it.
Well, 3 people on the show laughed, so.
Who did?
I made
Who
chicken
laughed?
sounds.
Who laughed?
I made chicken sounds, Alan.
But I'm
Nobody laughed at your jokes, Alan. Doc Allen, or what the fuck your name?
But anyway, I just found it a very.
Have another cocktail, Scott.
I said it
Hey,
was. It was like.
I am cocktailed out. Buddy.
Oh, now he's going to call Jack.
You're
now he's
under
going to call
arrest.
Jack.
No, I'm not calling Jack because.
Oh, please call Jack. Please call Jack. What?
If Jack, listen now. I just no good. No good.
Look at him, Jack. Look at him.
Alan, hands up on the. Put your hands in the air. Right.
Another fake badge.
Another fake
Not
badge.
fake.
Well, the one he showed on television, it looked like he stole it from a little kid who had it on a
Yeah.
costume for
Yeah.
Halloween.
Some Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious what's going on around the country, and some of the people who are running for public office, and you're going, why? Why? Herschel's the king of the bunch.
This guy didn't get kicked in the head enough when he was in pro sports.
He probably did. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He actually said he had
He
some
was a
mental
good football
issues.
player. He was
Yeah.
a good football player.
But
He
supposedly
said
he
he
was a
had
great football player.
He said he had some mental issues. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were, but he says he worked.
Charlie, is he bipolar? I thought he had mental problems.
Well, he pulled a gun on the cops. He did that.
Yep.
He did.
What else did he do? Well, of course, the stuff with his
He played football.
girlfriend who got pregnant and paid for her
I don't know the
abortion.
woman. I don't know
And-
the woman.
And he doesn't know the woman, even though the woman then later on had a child by him.
Yeah, my brother was. Yeah, they didn't pay for the abortion. You know what I think it is, Alex? A lot of these players, they must have that brain disease because he took a lot of hits.
Is
He
it
had-
the brain disease you get living in Queens?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Well, the three quietest people on the show
Tony.
are all along the bottom here.
Yeah.
Jeff and
Oh, you
Brian
want me to tell you?
and
Oh, I gotta call you
Kevin
tomorrow.
and Charlie to a lesser extent. And if he weren't drunk, we wouldn't hear a word from Scott.
The ones on the bottom are all the intellect.
I'll come. I know where you live, Alex. I know where you fucking live, man. I'll come out there and fuck you up.
Well, you
I'm
just
sorry.
demonetized this program tonight.
Spoken
No,
like
but-
a true Texan.
But
Hey.
nothing tops the time that Boddicker took his shirt off at the end of the show.
What?
Yeah,
No.
you,
Remember
No.
that?
you don't remember that? At the very, you were outside.
You
You're
are fucked up,
outside.
man. You
You're
don't know what you're
outside.
He
and
wasn't
then the
fucked
last
up
thing you
nor.
did was you took off your shirt.
Oh, this is
It was
wonderful.
so
right
funny.
now, man.
Oh, Jesus, no.
We used to have a guy. We used to have a guy, David Hajek, and when he was living in the States in Pennsylvania,
Mhm.
he used to do the show shirtless.
No.
He would
That's
eat,
why
and,
Phil watched it.
and he wouldn't wear a shirt.
Were we doing video then, though?
Yeah.
Oh, we were? Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
it
at
was
my
the early days.
dermatologist 3 days ago, and she said, "Oh yeah, we took a mole off you." And I said, "Like where?" On my forehead? No, on your buttocks. I
Oh,
said,
show
"No,
us.
you did not
Buttocks?
take anything off my buttocks."
I don't
And she
believe
showed
you.
me a photo of me with my buttocks. I said, "Oh yeah, I remember showing that to my friends on Skype."
Yes, okay. Well, that
We
was.
haven't seen
Laugh
I
it.
don't
your
believe
ass
you.
off.
I don't believe you, Scott. I think it's still there. I don't believe you.
Oh, I'll show you right now.
No. Just
Brian, you're
don't.
a shit disturber.
Don't do it. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I gotta bleep his picture here. I know.
I'll show you. I mean, Charlie remembers, don't you, Charlie?
Yeah, I remember.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
Phil.
It looked like a bullet hole in my asshole.
Okay, stop already. Because I gotta go.
No, we don't.
Thank
I
you,
think
Phil.
He's got 2 minutes
They
to.
pick it off your butt and they put it on your face. You turn your face the wrong way. It's like-
He's got 2 minutes.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it. Scott, you're
Hey, when I drink, I'm better, right?
yeah,
When I drink, I'm
yeah.
Gotta drink next time.
But at a certain point, you probably should not drink. You see, then it'd be just right. You have to find
I called Jack.
We put you over the tipping point. You're ridiculous. Tony, thank you, Jeff. Thanks to my keto eating bar friend Brian, and of course to Kevin. Nice having you here, Kevin. Everybody go look up Kevin Stopper on YouTube, and you'll see some wonderful kids playing music. Everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you, okay? There they go, folks. Okay. Bye-bye. See you later. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Listen, guess who's next? Jack Bishop will be here. And we'll see you again tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Good night, everybody.